Hello everyone, welcome back to Spectrum classes. In this video, we are going to discuss about the fermions and bosons. These two different type of particles are very important while you are studying about the quantum mechanics. So let's start with the fermions and bosons. So fermions are named after E Fermi and bosons that are also known as pions. These are named after SN Bose. The second important point is that what kind of particles are known as fermions and what kind of particles are known as bosons. So the particles which are having half spin. So here you can see half spin or half integral spin like 3 by 2, 5 by 2, etc. This type of particles are known as fermions. For example, electrons, protons, neutrons, and 13C as we use in the NMR spectroscopy. So 13C nuclei are also known as fermions, and 35 chlorine nuclei having spin 3 by 2 is also known as fermions. So the particles which are having half integral spin that are known as fermions. Now coming to the bosons. So bosons are those particles which are having integral spin. How does it mean? Those particles which are having spin 1, 2, 3 and so on including 0. So those are known as bosons. Here example of bosons are photons which are having spin 1 and 12C nuclei which is inactive in NMR is having spin 0. Therefore, it is also come under the category of bosons. So what are the important properties of fermions and bosons? So fermions are those particles onto which Pauli's exclusion principle applies. I hope you all know about the Pauli's exclusion principle, but before that, I'll just summarize here. So it suggested us that in an atom, two electrons cannot have all four quantum numbers same. That means two electrons cannot occupy the same state, and that is applicable to the fermions because electrons are fermions. Now coming to the bosons. So this Pauli's exclusion principle doesn't applicable to the bosons, and it means that any number of identical bosons may occupy the same state. The next property of the fermions and bosons is the wave function of the system of electrons must be antisymmetric with respect to the interchange of any two electrons. So you must understand this point. However, for bosons, the wave function of the system of electron must be symmetric with respect to the interchange of any two of the electrons. So here I am just saying you that here is the wave function for the system having two electrons. If I am having psi 1 2 means this is electron number 1, this is electron number 2. Total wave function for the system is psi 1 2. If I interchange the electrons, their positions here, their positions are also changed. So instead of 1 2, I am getting 2 1. So if we are changing the labeling of the electrons, then the wave function must change its sign. If it changes its sign, then that is known as asymmetric wave function. So here what has been described, the wave function of the system of electrons must be antisymmetric with respect to the interchange of any two electrons. In case of bosons, it must be symmetric. So here psi 1 2 means a system having two electrons and one is labeled as one electron, second is labeled as second electron, and the total wave function of the system is psi 1 2. If we interchange the labeling of the electrons to 1, then it will not change the sign, and if it doesn't change the sign, then that kind of wave functions are known as symmetric wave function. This concept of symmetric and asymmetric wave functions I am going to describe in my next video in detail. where we are going to discuss about the Pauli's exclusion principle. Right? So if you don't understand the point here, so you go and check that video, right? The next important point is that fermions obey Fermi-Dirac statistics, whereas bosons obey boson-Einstein statistics, and these two statistics collectively termed as spin statistics theorem. So this is what I summarized in this particular video. If you find this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.